The National Assembly Joint Committee on Constitution Review has called out the 36 state governors of their attempts to truncate the ongoing constitution review process embarked upon by the federal legislature. Deputy President of the Senate and co-chairman of the National Assembly Ad Hoc Committee on Constitution Review, Senator OMO-AGEGE, made this allegation while addressing journalists on the progress of the 44 constitutional amendment bills transmitted to the state houses of assembly. OMO-AGEGE lamented that after 6 months, the National Assembly transmitted 44 constitutional amendment bills to the state houses of assembly. 25 were yet to consider and vote on the piece of legislation.
After several meetings and engagements with the state houses of assembly, the Joint Committee of the Senate and House of Reps recommended 66 constitutional alteration bills for passage. We considered that those 66 bills have a considerable level of national consensus as garnered from public consultations. Out of the 66 bills, 44 were approved by the Senate and the House of Representatives. Subsequently, the 44 bills were transmitted to the 36 State House of Assembly on the 29th day of March 2022 for approval in line with Section 9, Subsection 2 of the Constitution of Nigeria. The 44 bills transmitted to the State House of Assembly seek to, among other things, strengthen the legislature's authority to enable it serve as an effective pillar of checks and balances to the executive, strengthen independent constitutional bodies, create and strengthen a culture of good governance, address issues of revenue leakages and unbridled government spending, and enhance effective administration of justice in Nigeria.
He disclosed that the Conference of Speakers of State Assemblies have sent them a letter informing the National Assembly that the remaining states would not act on the 44 bills unless the National Assembly passed 4 new bills. The bills, according to OMO-AGEGE, include establishment of state police, state judicial council, streaming the procedure for removing presiding officers of state houses of assembly, as well as institutionalizing legislative bureaucracy in the constitution. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Ayuba Waba, said the country should have strong institutions and not persons. Waba stated that the NLC is ready to push for autonomy of state institutions like the local government, state assemblies, and the judiciary. The NLC chairman, however, spoke against the establishment of state police, saying that they might be misused by state governors.
But I think it's to commend the National Assembly. You did the needful. But on local government autonomy, we stand. And it's good that we have had this information. We are going to start the mobilization immediately. We cannot get Nigeria correct if we don't have independent institutions that are working. We need independent institutions to be working. That is the foundation of good governance. If we don't have independent institutions, we have only strong people like we have in the case of the governors. We cannot dream of good governance in our country. In fact, all developed countries, you have very strong institutions, independent. The judiciary need to be independent and well-funded. Same with the local governments and also the legislature. But if they are in the pocket of one person, you are sure that we will not have good governance and will be going round shackles of cycle.
The basic fact is that they are delaying this constitutional amendment passage because of local government autonomy. Let's put this squarely. That is the reason. Why would Governor Rufai pass administrative autonomy for local government and deny financial autonomy? Somebody asked a question about engaging the governors. They were thoroughly engaged. We were in Ibadan. Governor Shemakide represented their interests. The National Assembly organized so many fora, and they were there with other social partners. And they made their presentation. One thing keep reoccurring. Those governors who are opposing local government autonomy have been the governors who are diverting local government fund, misapplying local government fund, and fraudulently handling local government.
Other speakers who spoke in support of the National Assembly include the President of the National Union of Local Government Employees, NOGE, and that of the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.